I would say your idea is also close to the growth model, am I right? And here we are still talking about growth. We are obsessed with growth. So because of the growth, we have a lot of waste. So what is now good for your project? So that we are growing so fast and we have a lot of waste so that we can fuel your idea, or we need to really think about it and the growth is the right process.
Okay, so and actually sort of properly answering your question earlier about rubbish ideas, we are a circular economy consultancy, and a core tenet of the circular economy is following this process of the first R is you want to reduce. You do want to reduce consumption, and then rethink, reuse, repair, and recycle is the final thing. But that reduction could be seen as a reduction in growth. However, I think that businesses and governments around the world find the concept of degrowth incredibly terrifying, but I also think that's because they haven't thought about it hard enough, and of course are ignoring the fact that we will be forced in some way to do this anyway. But that really what we're saying is we need to reduce consumption of raw materials. But that doesn't actually have to be linked with economic growth, right? You don't have to, at the moment, economic growth is tied to resource consumption, right? But that link doesn't have to be. You can provide services without consuming resources. In fact, you can provide a service that is much more efficient with resources. So you are degrowthing on the resource consumption, but you are increasing the sale of your services and so on. And I think another example of this would be digital, right? That in a virtual world, I could build you a castle, and that castle took no resources to build. Yeah, well, a little bit of energy, but we can make that, we can generate that energy from renewable sources, and so we can have growth in that area. So, I'm not on the thing that all growth has to stop, but we do need to stop infinitely consuming more and more resources. And again, that's not just me saying that as an environmentalist, it's just a practical reality, right? We have finite resources. We cannot infinitely and exponentially consume them. If you have a cookie jar and you start eating the cookies and you eat more and more quickly and quickly, eventually you run out of cookies, right? This is pretty elementary stuff.